Hi folks, it's Friday, test day today. Oh dear, how am I feeling? I'm feeling okay, plenty of butterflies today, yeah. A little bit worried that I'm going to fail, but I'm trying not to think about failing. I'm trying not to think about passing, I'm just trying to think about driving, essentially. As you know, in the video that I did on the way home yesterday, I felt a little bit gutted about a few issues I had in the second half of our training yesterday. As I say, the mock test was absolutely perfect. I mean, if I do the mock test today, I'm going to pass. But the way I see it is, I'm just going to pretend that the examiner isn't really there until he speaks to me, because you know, I need to make these decisions on my own. I don't need anybody to tell me where to go or what to do. Obviously he's going to tell me where to go, but I mean, you know, how to do it, where to position myself, what I need to be doing with my mirrors, and you know, all that kind of stuff, because I know it now. It's just a case of me proving that I know it to the examiner. So yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous. I mean, I'm trying to compose myself and, you know, try not to worry too much, because if I start worrying too much, I'm going to start making mistakes. So try not to do that. And yeah, so last night, after all that roundabout business that I had, I thought I'll go and look at the lanes on the top down view on Google Maps, because I thought if I can kind of figure out which lane goes where and stuff, because if I'm honest, the road markings on that roundabout, and quite a few in Kings Lynn actually, are really faint, they're faded. So, you know, I mean, my trainer did say that was the case, and the examiners are a little bit more lenient because of that, so that could help in my favour. However, yeah, I just basically virtually went around Kings Lynn on Google Maps just to familiarise myself with, you know, the various lanes I need to be in. I know that if I'm coming up to a particular roundabout that's got you turn right to go to town, and there's like an arch that you have to go through. It's only on one side of the road, but it's quite tight, so you have to take your time. And yeah, so you know, you can go over that particular roundabout in both lanes, but you really should be going over in the left-hand lane, because then you don't have to get over halfway round. Let's see if we can get over around this guy. Tractor. So yeah, just try to go over a few things in my head. You know, I'm coming from this direction, I've got to be in this lane. You know, just trying to really prepare myself in a way. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the little videos I'm making. As I say, it's a bit of a shame I wasn't able to record, but you know, like I said, it is what it is. You know, I can't record without their permission. You know, it's their trucks, their site, their trainer. So you know, I've got to respect that. But yeah, hopefully things will go alright today. My test was moved, as I said in the previous video yesterday. So it's now 3 o'clock, which I'm still a bit unsure about, but I think it'll be alright. Hopefully the examiner wants to go home for his tea, because then he ain't going to take me into town and get stuck in traffic. So yeah, I'm now on my way in. I'm about just over a quarter of an hour away from the yard, and we're going to go out about 12:30, have a couple of hours, which is really good, because it kind of just gets me into that mind frame, and then we'll be coming back, and then half an hour later I'll be doing my test. So I've got my sheet of questions. He also gave me, my trainer, he also gave me the back part of the driving test. Now, just so that you guys are aware, the examiners now use an iPad to mark your driving test. So if you see him turn up in the truck and he gets in the cab with an iPad, you know why. They don't write it down anymore. I don't know why. I guess it's just easier, it's quicker on the system. I don't really know the exact reason behind it. Makes sense to make it digital, but just so that you guys are aware, he does use an iPad now, or she. So, but one of my bits of advice I'll give you is, well, it's two things actually. One is, on the day of your test, like today, make sure you wear something comfortable. Now, I'm wearing some steel toe cap trainers. They are really comfortable, so make sure that if you do buy a new pair of boots or shoes, whatever, buy them about 3 weeks in advance and wear them out, wear them in, because you don't want to be having sore feet while you're driving. Wear something comfortable. I've just got a pair of joggers on with a shirt, plenty comfortable for me. Have a shower before you go, and make yourself feel clean. Last thing you want is to feel all sweaty and horrible when you're driving around, because you're going to sweat when you're going around, because you'll be a bit nervous. And the other thing I was thinking about, the other bit of advice I can give you is, unless the examiner speaks to you, pretend he's not there. I mean, your trainer will take you around all the routes and everything like that. And eventually, towards the end of your training and when you get close to your test, if your trainer is not telling you how to take certain corners or bends, or things to watch out for, and you're doing it yourself, the less your trainer speaks, the more ready you are for your test, because they can see that you're reading the road ahead, they can see that you're on the ball, you're checking your mirrors all the time, and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're checking those sorts of things. I put a post on the HGV advice group on Facebook this morning. Bunch of really good guys and girls on there. It was, since I left home, I've had about 8 people comment on it as well. There must be well over 100 comments now, and a lot of people are just saying mirrors, check your mirrors constantly. And I've really tried to make a conscious effort over the last couple of days to really get that sort of drummed into my head, So, but yeah, I'm 13 minutes away, just under 9 miles. So yeah, starting to feel the nerves now, but hopefully things will be alright. I'm sure they will be. I'm just going out for another drive at the end of the day. So, and yeah, I am gibbering a little bit because I'm nervous. So I'm sorry if I'm chuntering on a little bit. But yeah, next time I speak to you guys will probably be when I've already done my test on the way home. So send me some good vibes, wish me luck, and I'll let you guys know what happens when I get to the yard and back on my test. So yeah, fingers crossed, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hi guys, how you doing? On my way home from the test centre now, and yeah, went out this morning, had about 2 hours driving around. It's bank holiday, so there was a lot of traffic about. Went through town, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, just went through the town, a lot of tight corners and stuff like that, a bit more experience, ready for me test. And yeah, it went alright. I mean, there was no real dramas. Still got in the wrong lane. Always get the wrong lane. But yeah, we got back to the yard after driving around for a little while. Set up the cones for the reverse exercise, and did a cut reversing, which did alright. No problems with the reverse. And I had about 15-minute break, waiting for the examiner to come back in one of the Arctics. He was doing a test, and then he came over to me, and we started the test. He asked me 5 questions. One was about the windscreen, one was about cab suspension, the body, and what was the last one? Brakes. How to check for air leaks and stuff like that. And then he took my email address, made sure that was right, and then he asked me to do the reverse exercise, which he's outside the cab when you do your reversing exercise, so you don't need to wear a mask or anything like that, because obviously you by yourself. And then reverse. To be honest, he didn't even go to the back of the truck to see if I'd hit the bar or not. I guess he could have seen from where he was, but he just said, "Are you happy?" I was like, "Yep, all good." And then he jumped in the cab, explained that follow his instructions, follow the road ahead unless otherwise directed, and then said, "Right, let's go." So we went out, we drove. He seemed to take, I think we avoided town, to be honest, which I didn't mind too much. And we went through a lot of the back roads, and down all like the B roads and stuff like that. Roads sort of like this actually, and we went down some of the really narrow B roads through the little villages and that. But I'd have to say, and I genuinely, at this point, I thought it was all over. Right, got out of the yard, turn left, turn right. Okay, that's the way you go towards the roads, and you're on this industrial estate. He said, "Right, when you're ready, pull over to the left." Looked, indicated. He said, "I want you to pull up next to those aluminium poles that have got a sticker on." I knew what you meant. So pulled over, handbrake on, stuck it in the neutral, indicator off, foot off the clutch. Bloody stalled it, didn't I? Stupid gearbox. Stalled it. I was at a standstill and I bloody stalled it. I actually said to him after I said, I don't know what happened. I said, "It's stalled." I said, "But it's in neutral." And I even pointed at the gear stick so we could see it. It said neutral, and it was in neutral. And I started the truck back up, obviously making sure it was in neutral. And I said, "Would you like me to continue?" And he said, "Yep, come on, let's go." At that point, I was like, because I could have almost just reversed back into the yard nearly. So yeah, that was not good. Jesus Christ, that trailer's high. Anyway, so end of the road, turn left, blah blah blah, down the bypass, carried the test through little villages, down the A roads. Didn't think that anything went wrong at that point. I went through some of the little villages, got these like little bollards and stuff in the middle of the road, like crossing places, things like that. And then we came to a T-junction, and on the left-hand side it was literally on the bend almost, and you couldn't really see much round it. And I think that road I was about to pull onto was a 30, so obviously cars are going fairly slow, but there was a fairly constant stream of traffic. On the right-hand side, it was like the little village, and there was constantly cars coming along. I sat there, it was just on a hill as well, so I sat there with my handbrake on, foot on the clutch, ready to go, indicating right. Almost went a couple of times, but I thought I'm not gonna risk it, because if I have to have a car slow down, that's a fail. So I just said to him, we sat there for about 30 seconds to a minute, and I said, "I'm just going to sit here and wait. I'm not happy." There was an opportunity I could have gone, because I thought there was a car coming. I was like, "Can I make it? Can I make it?" And I thought, I'll just wait. And it turned out I could have made it. So he didn't do me for hesitation there, which I was really surprised about, because I thought he would. And then through the villages, there's a few people walking about actually, because the sun was out at that point. It's literally just poured it down. And then back through the some more of the A roads, B roads, whatnot, and then basically took me the nicest way back to the test centre that I could have imagined. So actually the routes he gave me were just perfect. Bearing in mind this is 3 o'clock test on a Friday. He wanted to get home, I imagine. So he took me down the nice routes, should we say. We had a chat, you know, he wasn't one of those stuck up examiners that, you know, they truly believe they're there to see how you're doing and you know, make no small talk or anything like that. You know, we chatted about jobs, and you know, I told him about my kids, and he talked about how long you've been an examiner for, and you know, things like that. So that was quite nice. And then I relaxed as well. I actually, on my test, I didn't think about passing or failing until I got to that point where I stalled the bloody thing. But after that, sort of got into it, and yeah, it was all right. So yeah, it was not as stressful as I thought. You know, at the end of the day, you're there to teach. You're there to understand, show the examiner that you could be a safe driver. And if you do exactly what you've been taught, then you'll have no problems. But suffice it to say, I passed it. I can't reach my certificate because it's on the floor when I'm driving, but I will show you. In fact, they took a picture of me in front of the truck with your pass certificate, so I'll pop that on the screen now. But yeah, I'm now a fully qualified Class 2 driver. So a big thanks to everybody who has given me, and there you go, there's another one, right? Someone else, they're still posting stuff in that thread I made this morning that I mentioned. I'm still getting notifications, people adding stuff on there. So I need to put a reply on there and say I passed. But yeah, I'm now fully qualified. I've done my Mod 4 already, as you know. So the only thing I need to do now is find some work. Yes. So happy. So happy with that. I mean, literally, right, the test couldn't have gone any better. Genuinely. It was just a perfect route. The guy was nice. There was no real drama. There was a bunch of people that wanted to get past me when it was merging into one lane, so I just sat back and let them get on with it. And yeah, got back to the test centre, parked it up, and he said, congratulations, I'm pleased to say you passed. And he showed me on his little iPad, he said passed. And he said, you did get one minor. Do you want to know what? Do you think you know what it was for? And originally I said the hesitation at that T-junction I mentioned, right? And he went, nope. And I was like, surprised. And then I thought either that or stalling it. And he was like, no. He said that was speed. He said, can you think where it was? You know, he said speed through one of the villages. And I said, I mean, I was keeping an eye on my speed, and he was like, there was a little boy with his back to you. And I said, yeah, the one near the digital sign, you know, the digital signs on the edge of the road. I was like, he was wearing a red top, and he was like, yeah. He said you should have slowed down more. I did slow down because it was like him on the pavement. He wasn't near the road, but he was on the pavement when he had his bike and his helmet on. And that was like where he was. There was like a central bollard in the road, and I slowed down not only for him but also the bollard, just to make sure I'd make it through safely. But he thought I should have gone a bit slower, which is fair enough, you know, I'm not going to argue with that. But one minor, I was almost a zero hero. But anyway, a pass is a pass, you know, and it's not like I got 10 minors or anything like that. He didn't do me for lanes, which I thought he would, though we didn't go into many lanes, thankfully. Didn't do me for mirrors, didn't hit a curb. I did actually pull up to that horrible roundabout that you guys know about, that I hate. I absolutely hate it. And he basically said, take the next left at the roundabout, right? Which is just perfect, because it's just so it didn't ask me to go ahead or anything like that. So yeah, he took me left there, but that roundabout's awful, because if you can't get out, you can get stuck on the roundabout, and that's a problem. So but yeah, the traffic lights suddenly, there was not much. I pulled out, went over the white line. There's a set of traffic lights there that allow pedestrians to cross, and I saw the traffic in the lane that I was going to be in going round on the left, and I thought, I can't get there, so I put the brakes on. Traffic lights turned to amber and then red, and I was literally just in front of the little metal squares that are on the roads for the traffic, the crossing. So he didn't do me for that, and I thought he might. That was the only other thing that I thought, I wasn't on the roundabout, I was far from it. I was just sort of before the hatchings, before the crossing, but I was over the line. So I was still technically safe, I wasn't blocking anybody. So that's probably why he didn't do me for that, but I thought he might have done. He could have given me a minor for that, but he didn't. So, but anyway, pass is a pass. I am well chuffed. Need to phone that agency back and say, I've passed, you need to give me some work now. And the fun starts now. So yeah, I've done my driving test, we've gone and passed it. Any of you are doing your test soon, feel free to hit me up on Twitter, leave a comment down below with any questions at all, even if they're just little ones and you don't necessarily, you're just wondering about it, you know, like, I don't know, what's the examiner like, you know, what questions did I get asked and things like that. So by all means, I will. The whole point of these videos is to help you guys out. So if you need a hand with anything at all, let me know, and either I'll make a video on it or I'll comment and give you a hand. And I'll be more than happy to help you out. So, but yeah, I've waffled on for nearly 15 minutes now, and that's for the second half of this video. So I'm going to head off. I'm going to have a takeaway tonight, and I'm going to have some rum, because I think I deserve it. All the stress I've had the last few days, and yeah, gonna have some lamb spice. Anyway, thanks very much guys for watching. Take care, and I will see you very soon for a new video. Alright, so thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll catch you soon. Meow.